Hi, Jen. I'm providing your feedback of your written debate speech. Here we go. So here, I did look at your map. The map looks okay. However, few things could have been kind of uh, done in order to make it a little clearer. For example, you do talk about your claim, which you say that in your claim, you indicate that you teachers should get paid more than they currently do, but not as much as doctors. Right. Okay. So the warrant now reflects what doctors go through. However, doesn't reflect what teachers go through. So there should be a point of comparison between doctors and teachers that will actually justify your claim. Okay. Then I didn't have to talk about anything else. Backing is fine. Qualifier is fine. Rebuttal is I understand that as a loophole if teachers have to go through as much schooling in a hypothetical situation, which we know that doctors have to go through by and large more schooling than teachers, then this is the loophole in your in your claim. That's if they do, then they should be paid more equally. Okay, all right, I get that as well. Now let's go to your introduction. I'm going to go through it point by point. All right. So I would probably do this. I did see that you have a connection to your own job. You were talking about your teaching experience in the daycare center that you work, and you talk about that's actually a great idea because you are actually talking, telling us that teachers don't. Uh, in the real world, teachers should not make as much, or they it's not justified for teachers to make as much as doctors, even though you're a teacher. I think that in itself is a big point of what do I say, trust with the audience that you're saying that, even though so you've not thought about your own self-interest. So that's great. I would like you to kind of do a little bit of numbers here, some startling numbers, right? That the first, like let's say that in the highest, let's say the school district, which is the highest paid school district in US. Not sure, maybe New York. So you may have to do a little bit of research. The starting salary of a teacher is this, okay? And then say the starting salary in the lowest paid state for doctors is this, okay? So kind of do maybe do a little bit of comparison, and then go on to justify. Here I think you do talk about I like the way you talk about let's be realistic here. All of like the shots, I think you get that very well. You have short phrases, actually very conducive to an audience who's listening to you. Now you talk about the 10 months that they teach, and then doctors should be available 24 hours a day. All right, so here we go, and lot of family gatherings that they have to miss. You also talk about um, the amount of years they attend: 4 years of college, 4 years of medical school, and 3 to 8 years if they specialize in doing residency or fellowship. So you that means that you mentioned that a huge college debt, and you in order to become a teacher you need 4 years of college. So 18 years versus 4 years is a huge difference. Okay, so that's all right. So here we go. An individual who meeting the school. All right, all of the pay and the work of a teacher, an individual who was once a has then become a teacher, meeting the education is everywhere difficult as meeting their medical needs. All right, you have this who was once a doctor, then became a teacher. Is this a great quote actually? Because he or she has seen a transition from being a doctor to become a teacher. It's a unique example here. Okay. What I will like you to think about is I didn't see how well you kind of worked on your rebuttal here. This is a minor, by the way, this is a minor rebuttal that you have used. There can be, and that's fine. You could use a minor rebuttal. You know, I it's your choice. some debaters use a minor rebuttal. For example, in your situation, I think most people will agree with you that yes, as you mentioned, if teachers go through the same amount of schooling as doctors, then they should be equally paid. But by and large, we know that's not the situation. So you have put in a minor rebuttal here. A major rebuttal would be, and again, you have put it here. I don't see that very nicely introduced here. So if you definitely have a potential to introduce your rebuttal here and then defend it. Okay, so I don't see it clearly being done here. Now, when I talk about rebuttal, minor and major rebuttal, you may want to get prepared, not right now, but then when you're doing your counter argument speech, I'm sorry, your rebuttal speech, you may face counter arguments from other people saying that, well, teachers are the fabric of our important fabric of our society. They create leaders, they create doctors, they create engineers, and we are seeing that not a whole lot of teachers are being are leaving teaching. They are joining other lucrative positions because it doesn't pay enough. And even with the current salary that they have, um, even though you're saying that it has to be increased, I think teachers need to be paid uh, significantly. Not another thing is that you also need to quote how much you want, like how much increase. Do you want a 10% increase in their salary, a 50% increase in their salary? What's the percent? If people want to get into specifics, they can push you with the specifics. So they can say that what how much do you want the increase, do you want a 50%, 70%, 80%, and then you will have to argue back. I'm not saying that you need to prepare that here, but you need to prepare that for your rebuttal speech, because major arguments can come against you. Okay, so now, right now, as I mentioned to you here, for this speech, make sure that you do create your first is just edit this one. Warrant is not, it's like incomplete. You have to complete the warrant, and you don't have to show it to me. Just remember to do that when you are kind of making changes or edits. Then you may want to also, there's a connection here, but you need a little bit of drama. Give that drama in terms of how much do teachers in the lowest school district make, and what is the or the highest school district, I'm sorry, what is the starting salary of teachers in the highest school district as opposed to a doctor in the highest paid state. Okay, so you'll see a point of comparison should come in, and then you can talk about this. Also, give a little bit of, as I mentioned to you, did give a little bit of research into uh, how many teachers in terms of how many people are leaving teaching positions, because you may want to put in that how many people are leaving because currently they're not satisfied with their jobs or the salary. And then finally, you have to, in the conclusion, you will have to rework the rebuttal. It is not very clear whether you have been able to put in the rebuttal here. So you may want to work in on that. All right, hope this is helpful. Thank you.